Another day, another dram. December the 19th. Nearing the end at breakneck speed, I think is the right way to describe this. Time flies when you're having fun, is another way. So December the 19th, scraping the barrel a little bit on this one. I couldn't find much of note. Nothing too interesting that happened on a December the 19th. So we'll go with December the 19th, 1972 is the day on which Apollo 17 returned to Earth. So Apollo 17 is the one that I mentioned on, I think, December the 6th. But it's the one that took the blue marble photograph, and it's the last time that mankind left low Earth orbit. So today is the day in 1972 they returned. They're up there for 12.5 days. It's a pretty long time. I'm guessing that they probably didn't have whiskey up there either. They may have done, but I don't think so. Not sure if I like that, but we'll see. I said before I should stop nosing them from the wax sealed bottles. So label away in the glass. Bit more, I'll do. And in the hat you go. Not sure. Yeah, that's a bit odd. I think there's quite a bit of sherry in there, but it's not your normal, it's definitely not an Oloroso, it's definitely not a PX. The sherry on this one is a sherry that you don't see in whiskey that often. It's a light, floral, effervescent sherry. But it's also got a note that I don't really like. There's quite a kind of a stewed food note, like stewed vegetables and stewed meat, and a pepperiness. I don't know if that's just youth coming through. But that's definitely a challenging nose, which is my polite way at the moment of saying, I don't love this. Some bitter herbal gin notes coming through as well. So my first thought was that this is going to be a world whiskey. It doesn't seem particularly Scottish, possibly not even single malt. Seems young, peppery, spicy, a little bit harsh. I think either 43 or 46%. It's a very unusual, and seriously, honestly, and I don't mean this as a veiled criticism entirely, it is a challenging, unusual nose. It's got a very floral quality to it, but it's cut flowers, sort of bitter, slightly mineral cut flower note. Peppery, a little bit oaky. I think this is probably some kind of young world whiskey with some kind of dry sherry maturation or finish, probably maturation. Let's give it a taste. What do we think about the colour? Getting carried away there. That looks probably natural. And it's got a little bit of haze to it. Yeah, there's a bit of haze in that. Let's see how it tastes. Up front on the palate, it's when I first tasted it, it's very gin-like. It's got those herbal, floral, cut flower, hard, bitter, medicinal gin notes. But then when you get to the late palate, it becomes a bit sweeter and a bit more rounded. I think from the nose and the early palate, it doesn't really seem that whiskey-ish to me. Yeah, very gin-like on the nose. So I'm interested to see what this is. Gin. But then on the late palate you get lots of sweet caramel, rounded, malty, slightly malty, bourbonish notes. And the finish, short, salty, bitter. I don't think I'd buy this one, no matter what price it is. It's not my kind of thing. But it's interesting. So this is one that I'm glad was in the advent calendar, because it's not something that I really want to buy a whole bottle of, but I'm enjoying trying it. It's something new to me. I wouldn't be surprised if this is like a world whiskey from some country that I've never tried before. Interesting. So interesting how the early and late palate on that one is so different. It starts off with those gin notes and then it just melts into something much sweeter and more rounded. Let's see what we've got. The One Manzanilla Sherry Cask Blended Whisky. So this is actually... So I said that this might be a world whiskey from a country that I've never tried their whiskey before, and apparently it's an English whiskey, so I'm wrong there. But it's got sherry involved, so I got that. So the one is, I think that was one of the, I might be wrong here, but I think that they were the initial releases from the Lakes distillery up in Cumbria. I think they were releasing things as the one when they were still making blended whiskey. Although, maybe they still make blended whiskey. I have had a whole bottle of whiskey from the Lakes. I had the Whiskey Maker's Reserve number 5, and I really, really liked that. But I haven't had any of their stuff that's branded as the one. So let's do a little bit of research. So, 46.6. So what did I guess? 43 to 46, or did I say 46? Can't remember. But being from the Lakes distillery, it's almost certainly a natural presentation. They take their whiskey very seriously. That looks natural to me. And from the Lakes, I'd be amazed to hear that they've ever added colouring or chill filtration. So this is Exploration into Cask Seasoning, the One Collection, limited edition, blah blah blah. Carefully selected Scotch whiskies. So this is actually Scotch. Have been blended and finished in Manzanilla sherry casks for a bright and lively dram. I am surprised. That does not smell like Scotch to me. I was entirely expecting that to be either something I'd never had before, or maybe like a Mackmyra. Very herbal. And I think at least part of that is coming through from that Manzanilla cask. Makes sense now. I said that it seemed like there was a sherry cask there, but one of the drier sherries. But very odd. I'd love to know what Scotch whiskies they sourced for this one. But I'm guessing they probably wouldn't tell us, and they're probably legally obliged not to tell us, because that's the way the Scotch whisky industry is. Very interesting though. I don't think this one's going to challenge your top spots on the leaderboard, but it's been fun. So thanks for watching. Let me know what you think of this one if you've had it, and cheers.